3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, since I got that full clear with the first life, it's time I just start being more efficient, and I start doing the retire hero instantly to get the better traits. Ooh. So apparently the fastest route is literally to die, get a good hero, and if it's a very good hero, you one life run it with that hero. That's what the two previous world records did. Just got a really good hero. Alright. Here. So we have Magma Mass. We have nothing else, unfortunately. So this is kind of just a basic character with a different spell. Oh well. So one of the cool things is that even if you get a hero that doesn't have like much power, you like really the fun of this is that you have a character that's very distinct than what you're used to. Oop. I thought I was gonna land on the spikes. Gun. Unfortunately, I do not have a playstyle that supports gun very well. How's it going, Destiny Bound 2? Glad to have you here. So yeah, gun. Maybe if I had a different a different control scheme, going gun would have been a good idea. But I don't. So I have my control scheme, which makes the pretty bad idea. Alright, Anti-Therica. That's a nice one. Yep, didn't think I could, but I thought I'd check. How's it going? Yeah, Destiny Bound's here. Krakenstall's here. Awesome to have both of you here, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. But yeah, how's it going? I'm doing well. So I just decided, since I did that one life run, or yeah, the run where I only died a single time, or I didn't die at all. My apologies. I'm going to be, from here on, basically doing runs where I immediately retire my hero, see how they fare. This one doesn't have anything special with it, just Magma Mass instead of the regular spell, but hey, runs are runs. And we have Anti-Therica, so that's going to be great. Oop. Don't get hit, because I have Anti-Therica. Ah, just a chest. Oh well. Get some good equipment. Hey, and good equipment. And killing that guy actually increases my Anti-Therica, so it's actually worth it. Never mind. 82 spike. Or it wasn't the spike, that was the TGAT meeting. I unfortunately cannot, like, right now my mind is so focused on the game, I cannot parse out what that could be an abbreviation for. I'm sure the moment I think out, the Great Ace Attorney. Awesome. Oh, you're just playing that while waiting for a meeting. Okay. Oof. Taking way too much damage. So I need to find the heirloom soon. Alright, Anti-Therica's charged up. And I lost it. Is this the only path? Alright, there were some paths up and to the right there. Can't be too far, can it? Alright, well, we found Lamech. Oof. Right, the thing is, I need to, like, focus, and I keep getting all the questions, so I can't, like, I have to just... Alright, there we are. Here I go. Alright, so, doing great. Alright, lost a Pantheon 5 run in Hollow Knight to a failed champion mistimed dash on low health. Oof. And Kraken Style, you're taking a bit of a D&D break of the week, so I'm just wanting a more chill time. Alright, fair enough. Yep. Get your chill time. Everyone needs a moment to chill. Alright. Go. With anti-Therica, yep. Very close to getting all my town notes done. Nice. But that can wait, as my session won't be for a while. Yep. I'm just going to, like, I think what I need to do, and this is something I need to just, like, take care of, because I always struggle with names. And I want the names to actually, like, by their name, I want you to be able to tell what part of the world they're in. So I think I'm going to do what you suggested before. Finally get to it. And make a huge list of names to draw from. Alright. So we have Olmec. We have everything except the exit to the right. So, yeah, the thing is, I just usually don't take notes at all. So, I've just been, like, sticking with that habit, and it's just turning out that when you're playing a game with people online where you have this, you know, you have a screen in front of you, suddenly, it stops feeling as secure of a strategy, you know? Because usually, like, it's not a concern, but that's because I'm just playing with friends in a nice little, you know, in a room. Now I'm playing it online, everyone can see, and the little consequences are becoming visible. Just in time. Alright, we're just getting out because I was in a bad position. Go! My run enders in Pantheon 5 so far are Markov, Radiance, Obble, and now Failed Champion. I've definitely had issue with a Markov in my Pantheon 5. And then Radiance, of course. Radiance is a run killer. That's their job. It's always good to write NPC intentions and goals. Agreed 100%. I already have those intentions and goals basically ready. I just don't have their names. And a lot of people always like asking their names or what their occupation is, where I'm just thinking about what kind of person they are, and then afterwards and then like in the moment trying to figure out what occupation fits that kind of personality. Ooh, that was a little too close. Alright, I need to go down here. Alright, here we go. Missed, doesn't matter. We just keep moving. Oh, I can dash in the air. Duh, I have that now. I'm just like, I came from the entrance. I do not have an air dash. Anti-Therica is good for damage, but not as good as I'd hoped to be. Alright. Recently, I have been improving stats for NPCs. Just a sec. Got it. Alright. I have not prepared to make stat blocks for, and writing down in my session notes. Yep. So, one of the things is Roll20, the system I use. I am able to actually put monster stat blocks in there, but I actually have to physically put them in there. I can't just, like... the info table will give me the monster stat block, but will not allow me to, like, hold onto it and load it easily. So I have to actually physically put them in there. But I've just been, like, doing that every once in a while, like, thinking, hey, I might want to use this enemy. Alright, let's drop it in. Also helps doing it early because, well, So one of the things is because I have, like, I'm altering the system quite a bit, there's some certain changes I need to make to monsters to make it work, to, like, make it not just a monster jury-rigged into the system, but actually a part of the system. And so I like to try to think of how I can have this thing dynamic, have a dynamic with the readying phase and stuff like that. So, like, for example, there's a lot of abilities that happen, like, at the end of the turn or at the start of the turn, and my idea is a lot of those can happen during the readying phase or the closing phase. Oh my gosh. Oh. Gosh. Those new projectiles make these guys so terrifying. Yeah, blobfish are actually threatening now. Good job, developers. You made blobfish threatening. Not just in the if you get hit sense, like, you know, it's in front of you, be cautious. Whew. Alright. Yep. And yeah, another thing is, like, because I have so many notes, I've been having trouble organizing them, so every once in a while I'll just, like, run to an area where I put one note here, and, like, I think of a note, and there could be, like, 3 different places in my notes it could be, so I need to balance that out a bit more. Figure out where things are going with a more consistent basis, but I'm not used to taking notes, is my big thing there. I used to winging it, and just realized I need to, you know, be more detailed about it. Oh well. Not gonna kill myself over a chest. Who knows, if this is one life run, that chest would have been a waste of my time. Oh no. I hate that. So it's always an inch too high, so you have to actually come over here and dash. Woo! Oh, alright. So now that I took that hit, my Anti-Therica is dead. So yeah, in case you're wondering, Anti-Therica is, as long as I don't get hit, I get a boost to my intelligence that lasts, yeah, as long as I don't get hit, whenever I kill an enemy, I get a boost to my intelligence. I guess as long as I don't take damage, because I guess get hit is a different phrasing. You know what? We're climbing up here. Let's actually check it out. See if there's anything of value. Nope. Yeah, I think Anti-Therica will actually increase the amount of health I gain from meat as well. Just to give you an example of why I like it so much. Scholar Cape, hey! Scholar Cape is one of the greatest pickups. We are 1 charge down on Anti-Therica, so it's only 40% instead of 50%. Who cares? It's 40%. Go. I tried to shield bash that, but I missed the timing slightly. Well. Now all my spells deal less damage. Unfortunate. There we go. I once had a chance to try Dungeons and Dragons, but due to lockdown, it got cancelled, and it was a one-time opportunity, which would have been my first time getting involved with it too. Sorry to hear that, Destiny Bound. Sorry to hear that. Yep. Dungeons and Dragons is a great game, and I will say it is always better if you can get with like friends first, but like still, great game, great game. We're migrating them all over to one document from towns. Make sure to have that document with, make sure you have a little outline or somewhere where you can fast travel between positions, because that was, like, I remember when I was first making my notes for this Riftwind stuff, I have, like, a 100-page document of all of my notes I want for Riftwind, and it's just hard to parse through, to put simply. Ooh. There we are. Alright. One of these rooms. Managed. Far shores. We good? Alright. Well, here we are. Antitherica. We need to find one lily, and we need to find them all. And we should be charging up our Antitherica with this area. Whew. Whew. I feel like Antitherica, because of its resolve cost and the fact that you have to actually kill enemies before it starts triggering, that it should have a higher max charge. Also because, yeah, you lose all charges when it breaks, not one. Like, I think of it... Oh my gosh. That was sad. Just did a dashing maneuver foolishly and lost my charges. So now I have one charge coming out instead of 5. Oh well. Oh well. The person who got me into D&D just said, "Hey, want to join my campaign?" They've been a long-standing viewer in my stream, so I had no reason to say no. Also, I want to get into D&D. Nice. Nice. By the way, how's it going, Jilita Guy? Glad to have you here. We're just doing a speed run. We actively killed our first character, so we could hopefully get a stronger one. This one just had a different spell, unfortunately, but hey, that's still kind of an improvement. If nothing else, it makes for an entertaining run. Whew. Alright, found another lily. So now we have to find the most likely areas for Naman to show up. Probably all up. You know what, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm sure... I think I remember this, actually. Yeah, I remember this now. This was a mistake. Last time I did this to try it, it ended up being a mistake. I remember it clearly now. Alright, have lilies. Alright, more likely to be up now. There we are. Ooh. I had no clue about anyone in the group and met them for the most part in the first session I joined. Really amazing people, though. Awesome. It's also an in-person main party, yep. Sometimes you get those big groups. Did you start Spectre Knight yesterday? If so, how was it? I beat Spectre Knight yesterday, and it was good. But yeah, no. Spectre Knight is my favorite of the knights, because it seemed like a lot of the things that I had issues with, like, they realized they were issues, and like made Spectre Knight so that it wouldn't have it as severe, or like, you know, there was that armor that made the Pits of Death. My shield was on cooldown. My shield was on cooldown. But yeah, it definitely felt like a lot of the flaws I felt like in Hollow Knight, they recognized, yeah, this is a flaw, let's fix it. Bookish with Free Strike is a bad idea, so this is really the only playable one. Because Hero Complex could have been good. I still have 2 heirlooms to pick up, though. Hero Complex is great when you're doing boss fights. I'm not sure I want to just dedicate myself to boss fights just yet. Alright. Don't do the armors and items are helpful for Spectre Knight. They were. Alright. We got a leather weapon. We got a Scholar Cape. Alright. Ooh. It's been a treat to play in that campaign. Glad to hear it, Crockett. Glad to hear it. Ooh. Always good when you have a nice group of people to be in a campaign. Alright. So, let's see here. Fire spell. Not the best spell, but we'll be alright. Found Enoch. That feels good. Ooh. We're just gonna not touch these for now. Ooh. Ooh. Those were some close calls. Alright, you head that way. Some painful hits. There we are. This is what I was looking for. Alright, and it looks like we're just picking this up and then disappearing off into the night because... So the reason I am... so this one doesn't have a teleportation circle next to it, so I need to make sure that there is no... that Murmur and Gauntheads are not anywhere near here. But, given my routing, I do in fact believe that will be the case. We will be needing to do Gauntheads. Gauntheads is definitely far off from my position. I am going to have to scale back for that. Go. Awesome. You DM'd in your second ever session? Jeez. Now I feel like I'm getting way better at DMing in 5th edition than... Oh, first one was a one-shot. Nice, so... Glad you feel confident with the DM. Someone needs to be the first DM, you know? Someone had to be the first person to Leave the party. Alright. LEGO has made another Mario set. It's a question block and contains miniature versions of Super Mario 64 stages. Huh. Like, it's just like, I'm assuming it's a huge question mark block with like the bomb on battlefield sort of stuff. Maybe. I'm having problems visualizing it. I should go face Gonheads first because I could run into Murmur along the way, where I cannot run into Gonheads along the way if I went the other route. Use that to reset. Ooh. Found Gonheads. Okay, cool. Wow. Taking way too much damage. Yep. I'm dead in one hit. Just to give you a sense of how much damage I took needlessly. This is a fight that I could pretty often get in unscathed, so feels pretty bad. Go. Alright, so we still need to find Murmur. We still have a book to grab, which could heal us up. And from what I saw, something just clicked on. I understood a lot right away for DMing. Ah, sometimes happens. So there's a path to the right at the beginning. Spent 5 weeks on a homebrew world. Yep. So I definitely, with DMing, I started with Lost Mine of Phandelver. Like, it's a good starting one. Gave me a sense of what you're looking for, adding a campaign and stuff like that. So, found Murmur. Oof. But yeah, when I homebrew, what I do is I would always take an existing world, in this case Faerun, the Forgotten Realms, and I would then just adapt it to fit what I'm doing, you know? So that way I had, basically by doing that, I always had all the maps I needed, but I didn't have to, you know, work on maps, really. There's meat down there. And yes, I am low enough on health that I'm happy to get meat. And I think it makes enough of a difference that I think that was a smart move. Alright. Oof. Sec. And pop that open. Most Nintendo theme sets are pretty big, like the NES being the same size as a real one, and the old TV, but half the size. I think that set was just about 1,500 pieces. Yeah, that's a big set. That's a big set. Alright. We're gonna just try to kill the mob. Hopefully succeed. one direct hit, and I think I can take quite a few indirect hits. By indirect hits, I mean, like, these fireballs don't deal as much damage as the Maw. The spikes don't deal as much damage as the Maw, that sort of stuff. Wait, you ask about the game? Why are all the bosses shadows now? Didn't they use... Yeah, so I have a trait that turns everything into black silhouettes. That's why I have the change in my gold. So this is... Some characters have random traits. This one has a trait that makes it so that they're just all black shadows. So that's actually the thing that this guy has. Alright, well I took 0 damage in that fight, so let's just do that again with Enoch. So then I could use the book to heal up as I go through the Sun Tower. That sounds like a good idea. Not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Alright, I will not be able to tell when that thing is off, so we're gonna be safe. So yeah, this part of the Enoch fight is much harder when they're high up because of the void orbs being harder to approach. Thank goodness I know my hitboxes. Go. Whew. Alright. Keep things going. Just take no hits. Just took that great wise advice that the internet once told me of just don't get hit, lol. Should have listened. Oh, that was dangerous. No, that was calculated. I knew I wasn't going to get hit there. Not a chance. I know my hitboxes. Woo. go. Ooh. They should have made it so it reads estuary defeated to make people think they won. Listen, even when they used to call it false estuary Enoch, people would still think they won. People would still think they won. So, yes, they could have added estuary defeated, but that is technically... But, like, here's the thing. That makes that technically false. And I think they can literally keep it pretty clear and still be successful in fooling people because they've done it before. Alright. So, like, it would be cool. It would be nice to, like, commit to it, as you said, to actually add estuary defeated to it. But then it just, like, they don't need to, and then it, like, breaks a... It's like a breach of trust sort of thing. Which I guess that entire fight is a breach of trust to an extent. Alright. Hey Vibes, how's it going? You just chilling, doing a run. Oof. Oh, these ones are a little harder to see. This thing's gonna come back up. Alright. Ooh. Glad to hear you're doing great, Vibes. Glad to hear. I remember when I first played Hollow Knight, I was fighting Soulmaster. Yep, defeated the first phase, put down my controller thinking he died, and immediately lost because of his phase 2. I've seen someone else do the exact same thing. The only reason I did it is because I was just still so tense and on edge because of how that fight feels for me. But yeah, Soulmaster is very much... I like the Soulmaster fight. Like, the first time you go through it, it definitely sucks, but like it has an important... Like, there's an important learning experience in it. I don't know how else to explain it. It's the first fight that declares, hey, have you learned to add dashing to your combat? Because here's a character that if you don't, you're not really going to hit him very often. So, we gave you dash quite a while ago. Have you learned to master it yet? Alright, keeps going up. Still higher. Woo! Oh my god, we made it without getting hit. Wow. I don't know if that was an easy... That was an easy castle. Okay, we're going to state that that was an easy castle. We had like 4 rooms. we are. Whew. I like how, with the boss in Hollow Knight, that he goes into a second phase, he floats up from the background, and then uses Desolate Dive ability to hurt you. Yep. So, yeah, I do like some of the, like, I think obviously Hollow Knight's a well-designed game. We wouldn't be talking about if we didn't love the design of that game. That was a sub 40. Hey, been a while since I've had a sub 40. Well done, Lady Erin. All it took was you to get all the way through the entirety of Sun Tower without taking a single hit. I need to do that more often. But yeah, with that boss, there's just a lot of cool design things. So, one thing that I wish I could make, I was like ready to make a video for, was that the Soul Master is the first boss that actually says, hey, have you learned how to use dash properly? Can you use it in combat effectively? But unlike something like a Legend of Zelda, this isn't like in the same area where you got dash. You got dash from Hornets. You could still, like, you could face Mantis Swords first. You could miss Soul Master entirely and not even get that Desolate Dive and beat the game. Like, this is an optional boss. There is another optional boss before it. If you go different directions, there's other optional bosses along the way. There's stuff like that. And yet, they just say, hey, this is here. We want to see, are you good at dashing? Because Soul Master teleports. So if you're not dashing, you're not going to hit him very often. And they test it in a way that's another way. They're testing it not in, if you can't dash, you're going to get wrecked. It's if you can't dash properly, you're just not going to find as many opportunities to attack. You're going to have a much longer slog, which I think is a really cool way of doing it. And like, if you think about the boss for having dash and the boss for Mantis Claw and dash are technically when you get the little pathway to get to the City of Tears. That's technically the boss. And like, a lot of people take, like, that's the Legend of Zelda style boss. It's the first challenge that says, hey, you need to know how this theme works, but once you do, congratulations, you basically won. Like, that's how I would describe it. I would consider that the Legend of Zelda style boss. And then they have an actual, hey, have you mastered the system boss? Which I think is super cool that they switch from use the item to solve the situation to have you mastered the item yet. Here, we give you a bunch of additional time to master it. I like that a lot. The Trader Lord also teaches you how to fight with Shadow Dash, since the timing of your attacks matches perfectly with the charge of your dash. Yep. And also, there are attacks that are undodgeable without Shade Cloak. You are correct in multiple ways. Yep. But, yeah, nah. Just stuff like that is really good design, because notice that those bosses, like that Shade Cloak boss, isn't down in the Abyss. Down in the Abyss, there's not really a boss for Shade Cloak. You just kind of, you can get that. I think that's just really, I think it's really cool design that they just give you all that space to learn how to use that item as a weapon before you are forced to master it. So that you actually can master it. I think that's just really cool. I think that's really cool. Alright.